It's been a while since my last video, but the figures are still popping up in my door, which is why we're gonna do a quick little pop-up parade haul video on my phone, just so I can clear some space in my room. Now the first figure we have is Saber Mor from the Fate series. And I've been sitting on this figure for a while because you can see this one still has the old hexagon base. But I picked this figure up because I really like Mordred's design, just her cocky tomboy attitude and look. The red is really vibrant and pops out. I've already spent enough on Fate, so I couldn't justify getting a scale figure of her, but the downside is that this one didn't come with a weapon. On the plus or underside, she did come with cake. Next up we have Hitori Goto, better known as Bocchi from Bocchi the Rock. Now this one was a bit of a surprise because they usually go with a character's iconic or default look for the first pop-up parade, but for this one they went with like a random joke scene where she's like flying up into heaven. And they make a bunch of figures emerge of other random moments in Bocchi, but this is the first one I've seen where she has the angel wings. You can see this one has the newer circle base, as well as that clear plastic piece to give her the illusion she's floating up. And probably best of all is that this figure also comes with an interchangeable faceplate, and just like Nendroids and other figures, you just pop off the hair and then you can swap out the face. So if you like, you can swap out that goofy face and have her with the regular anime eyes and like this kind of disheartened expression. Personally, I like Bocchi looking super silly, just in her own little world. And of course, to top it off, the figure does come with a little halo. Next we got Mima Kirigoe from Perfect Blue, a classic anime film. Fortunately, this one is a present for my friend, so I'm not gonna open it up on video here. Hopefully he's not watching this. But it's just awesome to see that Good Smile is willing to go back and make figures emerge for older anime, and I believe this is one of, if not the only official figure of her. Also, this figure isn't attached to a base, which personally I like because you can just put her anywhere and it looks natural. I do find it funny that the pop-up parade boxes are all over the place in terms of size, and the last one is no exception with the Kirby Car. Zooming in, you can literally see it says Zoom Kirby Car mouth version. I might be a little biased, but I do find this box the most charming, especially with that 5th anniversary pop-up parade logo. Now, hopefully you didn't blink because this is actually a functional car, or at least a toy car that you can pull back, release, and the car moves forward, as shown on the back of the box. Which is a little strange that they didn't put on the front, since that's kind of the most unique thing about this figure. It's just a little strange to include this in the pop-up parade line when I feel like, you know, they would have made like a static figure with Kirby flying off a ramp. This just feels like a cheap toy rather than a figure, especially with how light it is. But I won't complain too much because I love Kirby Car, which, by the way, if you're confused, is from Forgotten Lands, where Kirby can control a rundown car by like half eating it. And it's nice that they did get some of those like rustic details on the car. And the box inline, this car can zoom. Like, just look how fast these wheels turn, like it can go a good distance. I usually say pop-up parades can be hit or miss, but overall I'm pretty happy with all the figures here today. Though all of these look like they could be from different lines of figures. All of them are just a little unique from each other. I even have the Okami one here, which came with a base but wasn't attached to it, which I dropped and ended up having to super glue it back together. But tangent aside, that's about it for this video. Ideally, the next one won't take as long, but until then, have a good day and bye-bye.